Man, now we're talking with Angie Boninsegna, the coach of the Wyoming East Lady Warriors. Angie, you guys are the defending state champion. Get started again today. Um, Looks like we're going to get a season in, when you're not playing the state tournament in May.
That'd be lovely if we could. It really would.
You got a lot of girls back. You lost Skylar Davidson. You lost Sarah Saunders. Another player left that would have been a starter for you. What are your expectations for this season?
We're just really young this year. We got one starter back from last year's squad, and then we got three that played a lot. So we're fortunate to have four good ones coming back. Abby's working really hard every day to get back to us as soon as she can. But the important thing is getting her healthy. So we're awful young. We got mostly freshmen and sophomores, so it'll be a learning curve for everybody to play together.
You typically with basketball seasons, you got to go through some adversity, and obviously with Abby Russell, she's had her struggles, and some of that is really devastating stuff, like the loss of a parent. Hannah Blankenship, everyone knows about her adversity that she's faced. Do you think that has any bearing, and girls have gone through things before, yet you guys keep winning? Do you think that the basketball helps in that aspect of them, or does that make them better leaders for basketball?
I think, they're a family. They've had to go through things on the court and off the court, and this is a great bunch of girls that have done a lot of things that I'm proud of, probably more so than on the court, and I'm really proud of them on the court, looking out for their neighbor and each other. So they've grown a lot. They're a close bunch of kids, and I look forward to get back on the court with them.
Is this group just typical of the closeness of your teams? Your teams are typically close. Anybody that saw the girls in Charleston and their singing a few years ago, with the state championship team, the next team after that, is this just a typically close team, or is there something different about this team?
This team has had to go through some off-court adversity, but I think all of our teams have been close, and hung out off the court as long as on the court. And we like creating that family atmosphere.
Is that something that you brought in, you wanted to bring into this team to make? Because everybody talks about family. That doesn't mean everybody necessarily does it. Not everybody, I guess, in life has,
Right.
a close family. But is that something that you wanted to bring into this program? And do you think that helps what you do, what you've accomplished on the court, which is quite a bit?
I think so. I think, I try to bring, that's the way we played when we were back in school. We had each other's backs, and I was blessed 30 years later that my starting center came back and watched us win the first state championship. So, you try to get that, and I try to tell these kids it's not only what's happened now, it's what they can talk about 20 years ago from now.
Do you see that with the girls that have gone through the program now?
I think so. We had Jazz and Brooke coming back and helping us last year. They stay involved, and they asked about, some of them are going off to college, and really proud of how many kids that we've had played in college, and more importantly, get their college degree, whether they play basketball or not. So I think, the coaching staff, we really all do. We look at that aspect.
Was it, with regards to last year's state championship, and even I talked to Hannah, she said it kind of almost, it was a state championship, obviously, but it almost kind of seemed like the COVID, the delays, the fact you only played 13 games, kind of like it wasn't really a complete state championship. Do you feel like there's some business out there maybe they can, and you never take away state championship?
I think in some ways it was harder because we did have that 8-day layoff, and it was you start and stop. We went all year, so that made it precious that we were able to get through the year without being quarantined and stuff. So, and it was definitely a different season, and hopefully this year we won't have to go through all that.
What kind of Hannah is your only senior? What kind of leader is she going to be for you? You've had great leaders in the past. What kind of leader will she be for you?
She's a great individual off the court, and I think she'll bring that characteristic on the court. She'll be very positive with the young kids, but try to let's keep going, and she'll be an excellent addition to the leadership of the Wyoming East legacy.
Do you feel like she's been able to learn from that legacy? You look probably the golden years of Wyoming East sports, anything. You've been consistently good since probably about 14, 13, in that range, which would coincide about the time she would start looking at the team and knowing what it was all about. Do you think she learned from even girls before she got here?
Absolutely. I think you have to. And we're lucky that we have excellent leadership before that. Jazz and Hannah are very close, and Jazz is on one, and school history. It's played every game, you know, so she builds that tenacity. And I think so. You know, we've been blessed to have great girls off the court as well as on the court.
What are your expectations for these girls you got back? Do you expect Abby Russell, for instance, to be? Do you think she'll be able to get back by the tournaments?
You know, the most important thing to me is for Abby to get healthy and walk right and not get re-injured. That's the main thing. You know, she's working really hard, and I know she'll do all she can do to get back with us, but the most important thing is for her to get healthy. You know, it's look for us to grow each game. We're young, playing together. You know, we only had really Hannah didn't play with the other girls that much. When we had substitution last year, you know, she didn't get to play with the other girls as much. So just learning to play with one another. The freshmen coming in, the sophomores, you know, we've been blessed with my assistants Ryan and Tim and Max doing excellent all-season conditioning. So, you know, we're set coming in to be really conditioned. So we'll just go from there and try to get some basketball skills.
Is this maybe the best mix you've had of? Well, and it probably isn't because of the type of talent you have, but it seems like you got a lot of girls back, excuse me, from last year, and you got an influx of young talent coming in. Young girls played last year. Is this as good a mix as you've had of those of girls who will play maybe as freshmen and sophomores?
You know,
but with older girls?
Each team's different, and I've been blessed, you know, for a long time to have kids that came in and filled their roles. You know, that's what got us to two-state championship was not only, you know, just kids went in there and played hard and they filled their roles. So I think this season, this team will be an extension of what we've tried to do in the years past.
You've got Kaylee Bain back. You've got Colleen back. Girls who were part of some pretty good teams here in the past. Talk about those two girls and girls like that who are coming back into play for you. You know, what they mean to this program.
Oh, last year they came in and those two and Maddie Clark came in and played excellent off the bench for us. Gave us some needed stuff, and I expect more of them. You know, Kaylee offensively is really strong, and she's picking up her defense each year. She gets better on that. Colleen's so quick and so defensively, and when she continues to build more confidence offensively, it'll even be better. You know, Maddie played great for us last year, and I look forward to continue on doing it this year.
Point guard is one position you lost where you had a first-team All-Stater for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
How's that looking? I know we talked a little bit about that in the summer.
You know, we'll just see.
How's the point looking?
You know, we got a couple of people. I think, you know, Katie Blackburn will come in and do it. You know, Abby would have had some, you know, had she been able to be healthy. Maddie Clark. You know, we'll just see which one comes in each night and just try to point guard by committee.
How many freshmen and sophomores you figure to play this year?
You know, it really contends. We only have one senior and 4 juniors, I believe. The rest are sophomores, so sophomores and freshmen. So we're really young, so it'll be fun to watch us grow.
Doesn't it seem like that's always the case, though? A lot of freshmen and
we seem to have a lot of freshmen coming in, and we've been fortunate to be able to step up and play some for us.
All right, Angie. I know defending is the thing you want to do. You look around the region, the section region, even outside. How do you think you stack up with some of these teams? You know,
we'll just go out there and we'll play hard, try to keep improving each game. You know, we're always got a lot of respect for Summers and Bluefield, and we'll just, you know, Mingo had a really good year last year, and Chapmansville was really young. So we got a tough region.
All right, Angie, I appreciate it, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.